You know, like that would have been. I like missing person cases because there's always a mystery behind it. But murder cases, like I think that now I'm getting older. I feel like, you know, my profession might be in the crime industry. I like the entertainment. I do the entertainment. I interview celebrity. I do stuff like that. But the crime has me at heart. Like, I want to be your next Nancy Grace, but at 25 years old. I want to be, like, on that level. Like, it would be so cool to just be in a room with investigators trying to figure out a case. But I didn't want to be a detective or anything like that. I didn't know you had to be a whole police officer and do all that. I'm like, that's too much. I'd rather just build a team and do, you know, TV wise, Dateline. When I'm 50, 60, you know, I'm about to retire, just hop on Dateline and interview killers. Like, I want to do that.
Tiana has a whole plan.
I have a whole plan. You know, I want to, you know, and this show, Missing on Long Island, is TV worthy. It's definitely TV worthy. So if somebody ever sees this that's in the industry, in the crime industry, it can be picked up. Yeah. Definitely.
And that Sophia case was our first one, and it's just going to get better from there. The quality, the content is just going to get better.
The Sophia case.
Yes, the quality was, and I was showing it around to some people. I was like, hey, have you seen this show yet? I didn't mention that we were going to work together or anything. And everyone was like, oh, I didn't, but I need to watch that. What channel is that on? I said, so it's on YouTube channel. That is the channel that it's on. And they were like, really? And I was like, absolutely. I was like, it's their first episode. And one of the girls that I was showing it to, she was like, wow. She was like, that's absolutely something that I watch at night. And I was like, I know. Yeah, I was like, it's awesome. Quality.
That's amazing feedback.
Yeah, that's amazing. I just can't wait to see it grow.
Yeah. Thank you so much. We've definitely got some tricks up our sleeve for the next episode and the episode after that. Missing on Long Island is going to evolve, and it's going to be a lot stronger within the next years to come.
Yeah, years to come.
We've got plans.
I'm so excited for you guys. And just so you know, in terms of feedback, when Christine was done with the shoot, she had nothing but amazing things to say about you. And I mean, because you can imagine for somebody who is doing an interview for something that is so intimate and so difficult for them to deal with, and they're so close to them, for you guys to have the ability to make her feel comfortable, to, you know, laugh with her and make the process go smoothly during such a serious topic and situation, that speaks volumes for you to be able to do that, still take it seriously and be sensitive to it, but also be able to lighten up the room and, you know, still stay professional. You guys are definitely well-rounded. You guys got this. I mean, you got it. Can't even say your praises enough.
And we're really big fans of Discarded. We listen to every episode. We make sure we listen in. When we heard that 5-minute episode, I know you said you were like on the run at that, just recorded it on your phone, like just trying to get it out there, just to have something out there. Like, we loved it. You have such a beautiful voice, and the facts behind your voice, and it just speaks volumes as to who you are as a person, and we respect you a lot.
Thank you. Oh, thank you so much. That means so much.
Yes, and it means so much what you said about us. I think a big part of why we are the team that we are is because we're all really good people. We're all friends outside of this, but we also have that dynamic that, hey, if we don't like what's going on, we can talk to each other about it. It's very open-ended, and Christine's interview, we love Christine.
Yeah, she was amazing.
We really love her.
She was such a nice person and so easy to talk to, and if we needed anything from her, she was very happy to redo things, and she kept everything really positive for us, and we were able to give that back because of that.
Yes, and for someone who's never done a video interview before, I am impressed, because I've done interviews before, and I fumble a lot more than she has. She is a strong lady. It was definitely so much fun to work with her, because while some of us were having fun and like trying to make her feel comfortable, others were making sure the content was perfect, and we were all kind of just switching roles on that day. Yeah, definitely an intense day.
Yeah, and it definitely came out. Her interview came out really well. She did amazing. That's my girl. Shout out to Christine.
Christine Poole, we love you.
Oh, that's so great. No, I'm super excited. I can't wait to see it. I'm so excited. And I said, I need to get this last episode out so we can look forward to that next episode of Missing on Long Island. Oh, so that, you know what? That brings me to a question. So, same, are you going to do follow-up episodes to any of your stories, do you think?
We definitely do want to do a follow-up story. If anything ever comes up, anything happens, we have to, like, run on it real quick. When it comes down to Jennifer Poole, we have to do it really, really quickly. We do definitely anticipate follow-up episodes. Especially, we're still getting about 2,000, like 1,000 views a week. We're not like actively promoting it right now, but we're spreading the word about this second episode. People were like, oh, finally, like, okay, they're not going nowhere. But definitely, why our views definitely went up. A lot of people from different countries covered the Sophia McKenna story after we did. We were the only ones outside of Connecticut that covered her case. Then we had other few YouTubers with like 500,000 subscribers, like way more than us, but it's okay. And they got like a lot of views. Like collectively, we did like 500,000. Like, if you really want to add the Russia, India, all these other places, all around the world that did her case, because nobody knew who she was, and boom, everybody knew who she was.
And the fans really just kind of made it a huge, I don't want to say cult, but it's kind of like a following.
Yeah.
It's a huge following because these other YouTubers, people are commenting their theories. They're commenting their theories on our video too. But it's so awesome to see other people's theories and their take on Sophia McKenna's.
I do wish that we got a little bit more local support from like News 12 and LongIsland.com and Newsday. But it's okay.
We'll get there.
We'll get there.
We'll get there. You guys are going to get there. And I know. And I can just say from my own experience, personally, the Jennifer Poole story has only been out since the beginning of December, and I've already created all of these crazy connections. And what has been the most positive, I think, experience about that is that people are reaching out because they want to help. And I think that has been one of the best experiences doing this, because I thought that doing a show on missing persons, unsolved murders was going to be emotionally draining. And there are times where it is, but it's also been very energizing with the amount of positive energy from people who are reaching out only because they want to help selflessly without anything else, no ties, and saying, what can I do? Can I share this story? Am I allowed to share this story? Can I cover this after you? I know I don't have a lot of listeners, but I've been moved by this story, and I would like to do a podcast on this as well. So those types of things, non-for-profit, giving some attention, all of that has just been so moving. And I think that, again, this is like in the infancy of the show. And same for you. You have the one episode out. I just see it doing nothing but going to keep moving up and growing from there. So you guys are leaps and bounds beyond most who are starting out, and not just, doing a show, but even with like in the true crime genre. Just amazing. I can't sing your praises enough, and I'm going to continue to.
Thank
you.
Much.
And we are 100% on your side as well. Yes. If you ever need anything from us, you have our number.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. And same on our end.
Yes.
Anything else you guys want to add?
Definitely like our Facebook page, Missing on Long Island.
Follow it as well.
Yeah.
Subscribe to Miss T Talk.
Yeah, MSTEETALK.
On YouTube. And we will be making an Instagram right now. When you're listening to it, it should be up. So it should be at Missing on LI.
Big thank you to the team of Missing on Long Island for joining me on this episode. As mentioned, follow Missing on Long Island on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram, and be sure to watch their episode on the Jennifer Poole story. I want to close the show with a few audio clips from Jennifer's loved ones as a reminder of why we're covering this story in the first place. Jennifer was loved, and we never want her to be forgotten. So here are a few clips from her sister Christine, Joey, and her close friend Lisa.
We used to have some great times together. There was a time when me and her were listening to Kashmir on a record player, and I had a guitar, and she was sitting on my top of my dresser and playing with it. And then she handed it to me on the bed, and then she went to jump off the dresser, and I wound up hitting her in the head with the guitar, and all we did was sit and laugh hysterically about that. And we would go out fishing, we would stay up all night and bring a radio outside and sit on the dock and fish, and okay. So Jenny used to always call me the president, because anytime things would go bad or awry, you know, I would step up and I would try to fix things and help things out, so she always called me the president. So I do have to say, on President's Day, it's very sad now, because every year Jenny would send me a President's Day card, and it would say, to my President Chrissy, and then, you know, love Jenny and all. So it is very sad that I don't receive that card anymore. And you know, there is something else too. It didn't matter if my sister was doing drugs, if she was living on the street or anything. She never, ever once missed my mother's birthday, no matter what.
If you know her, you know what I'm talking about. She puts her mind in it. She's going to get it done. It's like it's like my better half, you know? I could be at work and I say, hey, Jenny, man, look, something's wrong here. Don't worry. Go to work. I got this. Next thing you know, they're giving you credit on shit. I'm like, what'd you do? Don't worry about it. She handled everything. She was friggin' great, man. She only had one bad fault, and that was it. Everything else is wonderful about her. There's nothing I can say bad about her. Nothing.
If you could talk to Jenny now, what would you tell her?
I love you.
How did you meet Jenny?
We rode the same school bus together. It had to be like 6th to 7th grade. We never had a fight. We never had a disagreement. She'd drive me at one point back and forth to work. I worked in Holbrook. She'd pick me up where I lived in Islandia. She drove me to work. She'd pick me up after work. She'd take me to the office to pick up my check. One day it was snowing, and we were just talking. We were conversing. We were in deep conversation, and she had this Turbo Trans scam. I'll never forget it. And it had T-tops, and the people were beeping because she was driving too slow, because we were so engaged in conversation. I could tell you how many stories I can tell you about Jen and I. You know, she was a very beautiful young girl. You know, she was just had a beautiful body, beautiful face, outstanding smile. Jen used to sleep over my house. We'd stay up till the snow came on the TV, you know. And, you know, like when it's black and white and there's like no channel, and I don't think we often get to see that on TV anymore. And she'd take care of me the whole next day. I feel now that I did, you know, much justice, not being her friend on the bus, glorifying, you know, the escorting that I was doing. You know, looking back at it now, like when I had my son and I brought him to meet her, she was like, oh, I want a baby. And I'm like, you can't have a baby, you know. And I should have never said that. I should have encouraged her to be sober. And, you know, in hindsight, you don't think that this time and day would ever come where I'd be regretting a few things I'd said. And, you know, thought deeper on how I could have said them much gently. But I knew that she wasn't around. No one heard from her. From Christine's explanation of what her apartment looked like, you know, like there was, she was going to show me pictures, and I said, nah, I can't look at that. You know, that'll be etched in my mind forever. And she said there was brain tissue, and no one could survive that much blood loss. And if my girlfriend was alive, I'm telling you, she would not be hiding out. She wouldn't be in a witness protection program. All those BS stories that were out there did not fly with me. I believe he took her out on the boat and he dumped her in the water like I thought everyone thought that's what happened. It wasn't something that would be shocking if Jen wasn't around or didn't call that day. It wasn't that kind of friendship. I would do the same thing. I'd disappear, go with a different clique. Come back, disappear, go to the city. Come back, you know, it wasn't like we were held to any standard. You know, we just find each other. I'd go to her house, she'd come to mine, we'd pick up like we just seen each other yesterday. We'd hang out for an extended period of time, and then we'd go on our way, and no one's feelings were hurt, no one owed anybody anything. It was just easy peasy friendship, you know. But she was amazing. I never met another person like her in my entire life. and I'll be 51 in April. And like I said, I never expect to. I really, truly don't. I never expect to meet anybody that would be close to Jennifer Poole.